Several late-night lunatics are hitting pause on the punchlines just to sob over Trump's win.
It was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go.
Hey there. How are you doing? If you watch the show regularly, I'm guessing you're not doing great. Yeah, me neither.
All you have to do is this. Just look into your heart and you take out your foreign passport.
I think all Americans can agree it's going to be a rough Thanksgiving.
Dana, I'll start with you. It was a terrible night for women. Trump won more women. He won the popular vote. What are these people moaning about?
I don't know. I mean, today Brian Stelter tweeted that there was a talent agent who told him that a lot of members of the media are questioning whether they have it in them to cover another Trump cycle. And then they wonder why the working class is like, guys, you are so out of touch with what real work is. And also, they didn't really cover the Biden administration. They didn't cover the border. They didn't cover inflation. But covering inflation was like this for them. They're like, oh, wow, people say they're upset about inflation, but we looked on page 32 of the Fed report from St. Louis, and actually it says that the economy is great. So everyone, it was bizarre. But I think on the late night thing, it was worse than usual. That was worse than I thought it would be. Like, you could at least kind of make fun of yourselves, but I guess they've lost the ability to do that.
Yeah, Greg, you have to be self-deprecating as a humorist, don't you?
No.
Or right.
You know, we're acting like this is any different. They haven't been funny for years.
Yeah.
Trump slayed their funny bone. Kimmel actually said in that thing that, you know, the people who voted for Trump, they just don't know what they've done. You know, they don't realize how badly they've hurt themselves. And so it's not a concern for others that you're seeing with this. It's an expression of ego. That they are smarter than all of these people. And as always, when you're a slave to your ego, it's always somebody else's fault, you know, and therefore they cannot see their own errors, their own mistakes. You know, if you are open up to being wrong, you're more than likely going to end up right once in a while. But these guys have been wrong for 8 years. They've been wrong for 8 years because they can't let go of their egos. It's true in the media. It's actually, you know, it's true among the never Trumper Republicans. If you look at the sourpusses, it's an internal emotional feeling that why him, Trump, and not me? Whether it's like, I don't know, Bill Kristol or Jonah Goldberg. It's like these are guys that were generally normal, and then their egos just kind of like they just took it hard, and it's. You got to let go, guys.
You know, Jesse, AOC was talking about the working class. She says after the election, our main project is to unite the working class against this upcoming fascist agenda. We've had an enormous setback. Does she not remember that when the fascist was president is when she got elected and that she moved Amazon out of her own district? For the working class
yeah, she used to be working class. She was a bartender, and she forgot where she came from. And now she thinks Trump's going to put her in prison, like she has some sort of persecution fantasy. Because in the left, if you're a victim, that gives you status. So everyone's now jockeying to see who could be like the #1 dissident in Trump's America. Greg talks about this all the time, about how people need to get a life, and they think Trump is the sun. And then everything revolves around Trump. So they frame everything about how they relate to Trump. And all that really does is make Trump look stronger. Now, the late night hosts, I should probably be the last one to tell them this, but it would behoove them to show a little humility and maybe make fun of their own side, because you're talking about people who ran on putting tampons in men's rooms. They ran on giving breast implants to people in prison. Guys were spiking volleyballs into girls' faces, and they were like, nice shot. Let's hit the showers together.
And Rachel Maddow, Harold, was saying, let's try the strongman thing. Let's let democracy go. Let's get rid of the powerful guy. Well, democracy worked, but they don't like it.
Right. Democrats, we tried to make the argument that democracy was under threat because of what happened on January 6th. President Trump, what his behavior was like after the November 2020 election, and the legal challenges he had. The problem is the country didn't accept that. That narrative is a narrative that it's okay to advance, but at the end of an election, the voters made a calculation. They believed that the other guy, Donald Trump, could help best their economic frustrations, anxieties, and aspirations. They believe he could help fight crime. It's an abomination in my mind that any campaign advisor that advised Vice President Harris not to say that she was for Proposition 36 there in California, where she was the Attorney General. How can you take seriously a candidate for president who can't even say if she's for it or against it? You have to be able to say that. Any campaign advisor that advised her to do that doesn't deserve a seat at another political table in his or her life for the kind of advice they gave him. My advice to the people on late night, legacy media has a little bit of a challenge here, and you're not helping that challenge by denying the facts. The facts are that he won. The facts are you're upset about it, but the real fact is you got to get it together and figure out how we find answers to the problems as opposed to making him the problem and making voters the problem. We're going to live through this, and I hope you guys do too.
If only there was a show on late at night.
You do it all. Let me tell you something. You deserve a lot of credit. What you said in your monologue you have done, and what you said about Gutfeld, the show you do. I applaud you for that. But my party, I'm talking to them just directly. Stop saying democracy is over. It's not.
Greg basically won the election for Trump.
Yeah.
Can we just admit
He wrote the narrative.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Greg.
correct.
You're a hero.
All right.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.